Hello and welcome to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. Today's video we're going to dive into a custom built project that I did to help out my brother-in-law that does maple syrup. He's doing it for a couple years now, and there's a project I came up with to help him out be more efficient with his maple syrup. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello, if you're new to this channel, my name is Dan Shannon. I enjoy woodworking as a hobby and being out in the shop. On this channel, dive deep into my shop as we explore tools and tool reviews, as well as chatting about everything related to woodworking. If this grabs you by the tool belt, please subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this. Hello and welcome to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Today's video, we're going to dive into maple syrup and how is it made. So the processes from start to finish, how do you come up with maple syrup in general. This might look a little odd to you, having a pail strapped to a tree. So let's just go through that and explain that. So he has a bunch of pails all through the woods here, and once they get full, he'll take them, bring them back to the house, and then, like I said, we'll go through the 5 different steps that he does to come up with maple syrup in the end. And I also have a project that I did, a custom built rack for his filters. So that is one of the stages that he needs to do, is run the syrup through a filter, and I built a custom wooden rack for that. So we'll dive into that near the end, but I just wanted to go through the steps from the tree, the pail, and then of course right to the bottle. So let's jump into that now, the process. Number 1, tree tapping process. To start your maple syrup journey, you'll need at least 1 maple tree, red maple tree, but various maple and even birch trees can be tapped. The tapping season typically spans 3 to 4 weeks depending on your area, from February to April. Learn more about optimal conditions for sap flow, including the importance of daytime temperatures above freezing and nighttime temperatures below freezing. Choose trees larger than 10 inches in diameter, with the option to add more taps for larger trees. Avoid reusing holes from previous years. Number 2, collection and storage. Explore a variety of containers suitable for sap collection, from milk jugs to 5-gallon buckets. Discover tips on sap preservation, including storage at 40 degrees Fahrenheit for no more than a week before boiling. Learn all about recommended collection frequency and the average yield of 1 tap during peak season. Step 3, outdoor boiling process. The boiling process is a crucial step in transforming sap into delicious maple syrup. Gain insights into the benefits of a stainless steel pots or pans and why the pan is recommended for a faster evaporation due to the increased surface area. Explore the significance of removing any ice from your sap bucket to enhance the sugar density. Learn more about the option of enjoying a refreshing and healthy sap as a beverage before the boiling process. Number 4, transition to indoor boiling. The transition from outdoor to indoor boiling is a more precise control over the finished boil. John demonstrates the use of a mesh filter to remove debris from transferring the sap to a pot on the stove. Understanding the importance of using a candy thermometer and a refractometer for accurate temperature monitoring and sugar content checking during the finished boil. Number 5. Bottling and storage. Use clean bottles, pouring in hot sap, and sealing the jars to create a vacuum. Understanding the longevity of sealed jars at room temperature and the need to refrigerate open jars. Now that we've seen the process, let's dive into the project. When it comes to most projects in the shop, there are common builds such as coffee tables, desks, bookshelves, etc. In this case, my brother-in-law John has done maple syrup for a few years, and like most things, you think of better ways for your setup / process time. No different than your shop over the years making changes for the better. After seeing John's process, he mentioned about getting a holder made for his filter. After that conversation, I went back to the shop to design this. So this is what I came up with very quickly. It wasn't anything that took me any length of time, but I did sketch down a few things on paper first. I'll put that right here. And then I went into the production side of it. But before I did that, I called him up and he dropped over the next day. And we basically went through the design that I had on paper. We adjusted things according to his process. So the height of the pots that he would use. So you put your pot in between. I'll show you a picture of that, what it looks like when it's being used. But basically you put your pots in here, you have your filters, and you adjust it according to your setup. So after he came by, we went through start to finish what he would be using for his collection process, and this is the stand that I came up with in the end. So he used it for a few hours and he said it worked amazingly. The process was quite a bit easier than holding the filter and pouring the syrup through. So at the end of the day, this is a great setup. Just like out in your shop when you're working away, there's different things you can do to make it better. And in this case, this is a very rough thing that I built. It happened just in one day. So the thought that I had behind it was a simple stand. Now for future, if you're going to build something, say maybe you do maple syrup as well, you could think of different ways to alter this exact stand. And then as time goes by, you think of ways, like I can add hinges, the legs can actually fold up for storage, drill some holes, put a butterfly bolt, you can change the height of your stand. So, it's a great rough build. It's a great stand in general. I did do some customization. I'll put a little video here. I did some routering detail and whatnot, but not bad for a quick build. I did have a deadline for it. He was running a SAP, so I had to make sure he had something for production. But if you had the time, like say most of the year, you're not doing syrup, you could really build a really nice filter rack for yourself or for a friend that does it. So I just wanted to do a shout out to my brother and sister-in-law. A lot of the first part of this video, when it came to the sap and the syrup collection, I did not have access to those videos or being able to film it. My brother and sister-in-law did. So shout out to them for giving that content so I could have put this content together and build this video for you. So once again, no matter how big or how small your shop is, just get out and explore some ideas. And just like, this pushed me to build something that it wasn't something I thought about, like, hey, let's build a filter stand. No, it was just something that came up and something I could put my hand to. So it stretches you as a builder to think of outside the box. It's not a coffee table, it's not a bookshelf, it's not any of those things. It's basically a filter stand. So it's a great way to push yourself and be a better carpenter, a better workman out in the shop by having these custom things to build. So just get out and have fun and maybe build yourself one of these if you're into maple syrup, or maybe you have something else that you do around your property that you could speed up the process and make it a lot smoother and fun. Think of a custom project you can do to help that out. If you'd like to be part of the Shop Talk family, we'd love to have you on board. Please click on that subscribe link down below and we can have a chat about carpentry, woodworking tools, anything that has to do with woodworking and shop. Thanks for watching today's video, and you have yourself a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.